Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, everything seems to be working except the actual link that I made earlier today. What up, Jack? How's it going? Oh. Yeah, didn't get much of a warning. I thought I created a link earlier when I was at work, got everything wound up, and thought I'd posted it, but apparently I did not post anything, and the day was crazy, so I didn't have time to check. I'm exhausted. I almost thought about just chilling for the night, but I was like, I can hop on for a little bit. Like most people that watch are used to live on Thursday now, so we are live, at least for a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. Ivan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Again, sorry there wasn't much warning. That was apparently a mishap that I forgot to double check. What's up, Theron? Oh, that's metal too. That's nice. Sweet. Tom, how's it going? Great to hear from you again, man. Mick, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. RC Steven, my face is blurry. Honestly, it's probably just my face. It's not very photogenic. Here it's okay. Instead, I don't have the best camera set up. And but so how's it been going, Tom? Since nationals and everything going good? That was such a blast. It was great to meet everybody there. Sweet, we got a new keychain. Video is pixelated. And honestly, that might just be everything's kind of down right now. Let me pull that off. Let me see if I can bump this up a little bit more. Okay. I think I need to put a booster more on this side of the house for sure. Still all fuzzy, I'm sure. But anyways, oh my goodness. Better? Okay, cool. Tried to a few things off the network. As long as I didn't kick the wife off the TV and her Netflix, we are good. But other than that, I think everything else coming through and everything pretty good. Sweet. All right. Well, Theron, you've already saw previews of this, but been working on a few things since we got home from work. And I think this is officially all good. Now, there will be a video on what I'm working on now by itself here probably this weekend. Now that I got everything working and got everything programmed, we got a new ESC for the Class 3 here. So I am on C3. And we'll just run 3S right now. So this is the Silent Assassin ESC from Zero Gravity RC and Josh Newman. They are only on Facebook currently. But so this is an Axis 10 motor. So normally they still have some outrunner sounds. You can normally hear everything. And we can't. It is quiet. Other than my drivetrain, which is apparently obnoxiously loud. Let me see the spur, just everything. I don't bump the trigger too hard. Oops. So other than my pinion now that annoys the crap out of me, everything is nice and quiet. The pinion is really loud. Ordered a new spur setup too, because that one actually has some wear on it, so that's where part of my noise is coming from. But I mean, other than the pinion, I mean, this is pretty well silent. I hear my drivetrain and suspension moving more than anything. Ooh. Custom RC, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We're here. We are wore out. Dad's RC workbench made an ESC like that. Yes. Yeah, this is, I've wanted to pick one of these up for a while and just haven't gotten around to it. And I've needed to for a while. It has been on my list to get one of these and try for quite some time. So I got this in through some trading for the Rift. Got that and another set of Team Grotchak wheels, but they're color shift coated by Rusty, and some new pink dot KLRs. So, and some other things, but definitely wanted this ESC part of it. So, like I said, been working on it, got everything soldered up, got a BEC in there. I still need to get a capacitor. Mine's ordered, so I'm going to be super easy on this. I'm not going to do any crazy throttle, just to make sure there's not any spikes or anything like that. So just be taking it easy on it for right now. But that actually, my capacitor might be here tomorrow, because they are out of stock in lots of places. Yeah, super small. I mean, they're, oh goodness. Yeah, that is the ESC right here. Just this piece here, and then here's my BEC. So that right there, that is the ESC. Even I mean, comparing to a Micro X, which is a tiny ESC, this is still significantly smaller. So super excited about that. Like I said, the big deal on Class 3 was space, because there was not room in here. So this is going to do great. Said I got the firmware and everything else sent to me earlier. So now that I got everything going and actually know how everything does work, I will do a video on this and get it out this weekend for some light crawling. Like I said, I mean, everything now is quiet. It is just my drivetrain that makes noise, and my spur gear and pinion, because now they are annoying me. But other than that, everything else still good, smooth, other than my drivetrain, which is now super annoying. But I will take it, because with the body and everything else on, it's obviously going to quiet it down too when you're outside. It's not gonna go too crazy. But super excited about that one, and saves so much space. I'm also ordered some crimpers and everything else, so I can cut all my receiver wires, signal wires. I can cut everything down and shorten everything up, so I don't just have a mess of wires in here. But other than that, it is awesome. So hopefully this weekend we'll get a video on that as through the works. What ESC would you do on your C3? I just want 4S, but don't know where ESC. I mean, this is a 4S ESC now. That's another thing. The Silent Assassin, this is a 4S capable ESC with a lower kV. Like the 1600 axis motor would be preferred on 4S. So I have the 2500 kV, so I'm still only running on 3S, which is perfectly fine with me. My winch is 3S anyway, so if I had some more BECs, I need to order some small ones so I can make my own in line with the winch, and then I can bump everything to 4S, which will happen on here just because with the dual servos, I do want to go to 4S on the class 3 here, just for both the servos and everything, just to get all that power out of the servos. We are gonna go to 4S on the C3. But other than that, your 4S ESCs, other than these ones like these or the Holmes, the Crawlmasters, you have the new Mamba Micro X2 and Mamba X and Copperhead. That's it. Or I think Tekin makes some too, but Castle stuff's far more user friendly, stuff like that. So your 4S ESC options honestly are pretty down. Chainsaw, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Indy, how's it going? Thanks, man. Sorry, missed last week. Been pulling 6. Dude, I feel you there. I took 2 weeks off before that, so I just work has been, yeah. I feel you. I mean, 60-hour work, and it's a normal week, but flat rate, I can get busy. Like last week, I think I started last Monday, I think I started with 44 hours. And when I left Friday, I had 148 hours. So ran, just over 100 hours last week alone. So it's getting there. And this week's been still going too. I've had plenty of stuff going. My back's definitely telling me I've done a lot this week. JJM, do you go Forest eventually? Yes. I've ran Forest before, but it was always on brush. I've never ran, or in my crawlers, Forest, I've ran them on brush, never brushless really. Not in this, my VS410s and stuff with Mamba X's. Yes, I've ran 4S in those, but not a whole lot in my comp trucks. So, can the V1 2000 kV Yellow Jacket do 4S? No. 2000 kV is 3S. 1500 kV, I believe, is 4S capable. So. But yeah, so other than that, this whole thing has really came together. Just waiting on the tires, and C3 is done. These wheels and tires, these are going on the base camp, which did not show up today, so hopefully tomorrow. And then we will have the full build and everything going on the base camp. Uh-oh. Hey, Theron, did you note that's the third one? That's here. Vehicles. Anybody happens to be watching in our area, Rose Hill, and you see a gray Volkswagen Jetta, call the cops because they have stolen a child. That's like I think it's like the third one in the last hour. Because the first one was a black Tahoe, and now then there was another update immediately after that. Now it's a gray Jetta. It said change vehicles, so that's not good. I hope they get them. Yeah, those Amber Alerts, they are good. They're fast all over. Indy, I've been wide open since Scale Nationals. Did get to a raise and 170 yards today with 3 trucks. Nice. Heck yeah, that's good. Good to hear. At least work and everything's going good, especially with our looming prices and stuff like that. I actually need to fill up my truck in the morning. I am greatly not looking forward to that trip. See, I think I'm at a quarter tank, so about $120. Hopefully it's no more than that. Customers, I have the V1 2000 kV and 1500. I'm hoping to get a 4S ESC. Yeah, so if you're going to run 4S, you're going to need to go to the 1500 kV, and you'll be good to go. Oh man, that's only like half a tank for me. No. Yeah, that was. I don't know how true it is, but I did see they are configuring gas pumps to accommodate for, in some areas, to accommodate for double-digit prices per gallon, which I didn't think would ever have to be a thing. I don't know. I haven't even looked. Are we still over $4 a gallon here, Theron? I haven't looked since the last time I filled up, and it was like $3.98. But I think we're back over $4 now. I regret filling up. Fill my Honda, it was like 45 to fill. My truck half tank, it's like 70 not filled. Yes. Dad, where are you at? Dad's RC, high sixes. Oh my goodness. I did see some this morning. The national average is like 456. Is the average. So okay, that makes sense. Goodness, high sixes. Is that? Oh man, has it ever gone that high? Oh my goodness, still that's whew. Goodness gracious. Oh man. I mean, that would be significant. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see, my tank. Oh my goodness, that would be $200 to fill up my truck. Oh man, I would cry. I would cry very, very much. I mean, I bought the big truck that I knew got 10 miles a gallon, so it's still on me, but I can still be sad about it. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. $3.95 diesel. Yeah. Oh man. Speaking of, because my now brother-in-law, him and my sister, they got a diesel. They got a Duramax the day before their wedding. And I was like, man, it's expensive, but I mean the diesels, it gets better mileage than his Silverado got. So I was like, it's kind of a trade-off. Yeah, it's gonna be more expensive, but I mean he's gonna gain a significant amount of mileage per gallon there. So I think it's gonna end up washing for the most part. I did tune his truck. We loaded his tuner, so we at least put him in economy for right now, so that'll help. It's like $100 to fill tank on my normal car. Oh my goodness. About to hit 5 and 7. Goodness gracious, Joseph. Man, I'm sorry guys. Chainsaw 436 and Colorado. Goodness. That's why my attached truck gets 10,000 pound boat. It's like, yeah. I'm kind of glad my Super Duty is down the way diesel is. It's over 70. My 250 gas or half a tank. Yeah, that's whew. Cause mine's my Tundra gets 10.3. where it sets. But it gets set no matter what. Whether I'm cruising in town, whether I'm on the highway doing 85, whether I have 5,000 or 8,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds in the back of the truck, it gets 10.3. It doesn't change, which is convenient, but also sad at the same time. I mean, if I drive, knowing how to drive the truck and where to work everything, I can pull mileage on trips the best, but it's still significant. Oh, Theron, I don't know if you're still listening, but I picked up some cones that we can use to mark the first starting lines for the gates. Thought that would actually work pretty good. So we're not having to set up all this stuff. We can just set up, I mean, there's 6 cones, so we can just put, that's 6 courses or 3 courses if you want to do a full deal, stuff like that. Also, Theron, I think, so I was saying, doing the call-out course this weekend, do you think leave it 10 gates and bonuses, or should we just, so we can get people through, do like 5 crit, kind of like how they did it at the Clash, 5 gates, 3 minutes, and that way we can set up like class 2, class 3, or even class 1. If they're only 5 gates and a couple of minutes apiece, people can really kind of roll through. And I'm not going to score. People are going to keep track of their own stuff. 5 gates, yes, that is what I'm thinking as well. Yep. I chainsaw bought a shift Cobalt last summer for 500, and I've saved a ton of gas. Yes, that is. We and our manager were talking about this today with the prices the way they are. It's not that I bought my truck. I knew ahead of time. I mean, gas can get as high as it gets. I'm still going to have to drive. Now, granted, I could just drive the wife's RAV4 and she drives my Tundra because she only commutes, 38 gallons in that truck, even at terrible mileage, would last her a month without having to touch it. But we were talking, it's to the point now, like you think about it, or just, do the basic math. Pick up like a cheap Honda or old Camry or Corolla for $500-600, as long as it runs and drives, even if you got to add a quart of oil every time. I mean, the amount of gas savings enough would pay for itself. Almost passed up. I know the feeling there, because there was a 240 Shell had popped up not that long ago for a few $100, and I really thought about it. Because I still have a significant amount of engine parts. I still have some 2JZ things, and I was thinking real hard because I just don't have the room in the garage anymore, especially when you get free oil, Theron. I just wish they'd give us the lease program like the Lexus Master Techs get, which is supposed to have been happening, but apparently hasn't, because that would be pretty awesome and convenient right about now. Oh, hey Theron, for now on Sunday mornings, just text me so I don't forget my winch stick anymore. I was real sad because we haven't got to use it other than that one time. And your Phoenix is right up here, buddy. If you want to come grab it and you can start building it, you can do that. It's not like I don't know where you live, so if you want something to build, you can come grab the Phoenix sometime, maybe later tonight after the stream or something. But in the meantime, I suppose we can show it here first. This is ugly, but this is my first go. This is ZRC. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I know you're good, Theron. So, I know, because even though the transmission's done, there's still a lot of that truck to put together. And you have those AR45 axles you took off your other one. So those will work because the offset front axle. So, I picked up another Phoenix kit minus the axles. and I specifically wanted to. And also, we started doing more of the RTR stuff, and that's one truck like the kiddo just doesn't have, is just a basic RTR. He has a built class 2, a built class 3, and a BGR Wraith, and a couple and some of the little ones. So he just hadn't had them. Like that last week, and we were calling after a storm. It wasn't necessarily fun to take the comp trucks out because it's just so muddy and everything's just blah. But like just running the trucks is a blast. So that was something he just didn't have. So I picked it up to build for him, but Theron wants a Phoenix, and turns out the kiddo just wants an Ecto. So Theron's going to get what's left of the Phoenix, but I took the body. He can have the old one, but I did give my first go at some weathering, patina style paint here, and picked up another Incision Light kit for it. I wasn't thinking. I just ordered the regular ones because there is a new version out that comes with rock lights, and I'm upset because I didn't get it. But this actually was not too bad. I followed the Moose RC. I followed his how-to video on doing it, and it was pretty well straightforward. Honestly, the longest part was just taking, deciding my colors and stuff like that. Salt can definitely get away from you. If I do know, I don't know if I will do the salt method next time. I kind of just like to just rough it up, weathered a good bit without all the rest. But overall, honestly, I think it came out pretty decent. Cool thing when doing something like this, it doesn't matter how it comes out because that's the style of the paint. So it can be as dirty and nasty as it wants because that's kind of what you were going for. And I did pair it with the distressed Vanquish wheels that already have been rolling on all the stuff, and we threw some Goodyear Wrangler MTRs on here just because I like this tire. It's a good look and scale tire, and in the elements it does really good still. And we did throw some anti-foams in here, single stage anti-foams, fit perfectly in the Goodyears. So that was good to know. Chainsaw, my new Marlin arrives tomorrow. Nice. You just sometimes. I almost picked up another one because our local hobby town had TF2s for 50% off. Oh, thank you, Farrell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you got rid of the other one. I was like, okay, now I need to find an Ecto. Crap, I forgot. Oh yeah, so yeah, they had the TF2s, the almost RTRs, so no electronics, which is cool because the RC four-wheel drive electronics aren't the best. 50% off. It's like that's almost worth it just to get it. Customer C. Almost thought about seeing if we would trade some SSD diamond housings for a set of F10s, portals from my CJ. I mean, it never hurts to throw some stuff out there. If you got some built SSDs that are there value wise with F10s, I mean, some people have them and just like the straight axles and stuff like that. So it's always worth the look. I run on Theranos. I do run some of the BG cleaners, like the tank stuff. The 44K is probably some of the best stuff you could put in a tank. And I run the induction cleaner, and it does help for a while. It's just I drive like an asshole. Like I drive my truck like I drive a sports car, and I have a set of train horns on the truck. It's fun. So sometimes the train horns get me in trouble. Indy, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Josh's came out great, and then I was like, I saved the video to watch later. I just haven't went back through it, but I mean, it was pretty step by step. That was one of the best step by step videos for that style of painting that I've watched, because I've watched some of the others, and so I was like, I don't have the talent. I don't have the patience or the skill set for that. But watching his again, I was like, you know what? He made it easy, and really kind of took the pressure. It's like it can be done. So I did it. Elliot, good morning from Scotland. Ooh, good morning. Yes, that is well, thanks for tuning in. from all the way over there. Andy Hot Train Horse for my truck. Yes, they're worth it. Dude, the Horn Blasters Outlaw kit, I think should be the one I have. It's like $400, and it comes, and they run sales quite frequently. It's Memorial Weekend coming up. They generally always run a memorial sale with like 10 to 15% off. They're like $400 for the kit, and they come with everything you need. They come with their own switches, and they come with the relays, the tank, the compressor, the hoses, the horns, and it's a 3-trumpet horn, so they're plenty loud, enough to get the point across, for sure. Matthew went to Clash of the Four Cardinals over this weekend. Tough courses. Man, those courses, yes, they looked tough and they looked awesome. It looked like a absolute great event. That is one I think I am going to have to put on the schedule for next year. I think it generally is about the same time, so it's just I'm really going to plan that one out for nationals, and then a month, immediately again a big trip. So we'll see. We'll see how next year plays out. I know I'm going to have to make some changes already, but I definitely want to go there. Even if I don't make it to that one, I will be going out to Cali at some point for a trip just to where Gabe's at, G-Speed, hang out with all those guys. So I definitely will be out to California some point next year or late this year. So I just want to get out there and hang out and crawl with everybody on that area. And California is there's the West Coast states are most of the ones that I have missed or have not at least driven to or been through. So I can knock off plenty of states while I'm out there, but that would probably be something I do fly. Unfortunately, I will have to fly. Indy, when I drove for hauling coal, every truck had train horns. It was funny seeing. Yes. I prefer to support authentic. What did I missed something, or I already forgot on that one, Elliot. Customer see their vanquish ring and pinion, axle shafts, vanquish 10-2 link mounts, rear SSD, aluminum. I mean, yeah, those are solid knuckles, solid axles there. So yeah, I mean, I definitely see those posted in that 200 range. So I mean, definitely have some options to weigh there in trade towards something. I think the Phoenix axles are back in stock too. So, but yeah, that came out overall pretty good. I'm excited with it. Yes, I did see those. I saw them and then started reading. I mean, it is just the center housing. There's no third member, like the back side of it. There's no knuckles, no outer boxes. It is just the middle piece. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, for just like this now, that's just like trails and some shelf queen status, it would be just fine. But kind of definitely not what you're used to or accustomed to. But I mean, they're still gonna be nice regardless. But as far as performing wise, I mean, the plastic axles are the better performing axle. They're going to slide over obstacles and everything else better. So, yeah. And I think, I mean, I've seen people already post up some used F10 axles, or when people part out the Phoenix kits. I mean, that's the thing. People get the Phoenix kit and they swap them out to Ultra axles or Pro axles or other stuff. So then they part ways with those axles. So it's just one you just gotta keep the eye open on the pages and just look, because there are some deals that popped up. I mean, as at the end of the day, there was a roller. There was a roller. I think it even had axles, no wheels, tires, electronics, but body, chassis, transmission, and axles. It was like $300. Like I almost got another one because that was a insane deal. I picked up a set of the Vanquish Capper axles to get them to Scotland. They worked out at like, oh my goodness, for just, oh man. Whew. That hurts. I mean, they're expensive just here too, let alone I could only imagine the shipping over there. Ugh. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they will, Indy, I'm sure they will come out soon enough. Or at least some brass covers that fit the F10 axle or something like that. I'm sure they will be out soon. Just nothing yet. But in the meantime, I mean, this is good. I'm plenty happy with this, and it came out pretty good. Still fun and capable truck, and looks good. I said this is going to go more trail stats now with the base camp coming and the stuff I'm doing in the base camp. I will use that for more of our stock class style of things. 750. Yeah, that converges. Yeah, I knew there. So that's about $150 more. You could have got those and a lobster dinner. This is true. Definitely could have got a lobster dinner. I'm gonna grab another drink. Take 5. Okay, and we're back. And we have raspberry lemonade. That's not what I thought it was when I picked it up at the store. Ooh. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, I'm happy with that decision. They had like a strawberry tea, and that's what I thought I grabbed. And I grabbed raspberry lemonade, and that was equally a good choice. Theron, no, I don't. Jesse has them. The only silver wheels I have are the Voodoo wheels and my Super Shafty wheels. That's what went to get the thing. I mean, I do have these. Color Shift Team Garage Hack and the new pink dots with, I think you said these were Thunder Foams. It's one of their local guys that 3D prints and stuff. I don't think I have any more Vanquish wheels hidden somewhere. I'll look. But I don't think I have my orange K&K wheels, but I just like those wheels and tires. I'm hoping to get a tiny truck out this weekend. Haven't had a chance to get out since that. Missed ECC. Oh, that looked fun. That ECC looked good. And there was some stuff. There's lots of good videos and stuff from ECC, so that was cool. Yeah, I mean, we've been getting out this weekend. We're going to take it easy. We're not going to do a full-on any of our cash comps that we've been doing on a weekly basis. We're taking a break this weekend just to try out a few new things, but we're going to do something different this weekend just to have a little fun. I heard me talking with Theron about it earlier. We're going to set up 2 or 3 courses, 5 gate courses, about 3 minutes, 3-minute courses, like a little call-out challenge. Matthew was at Clash, and he knows what it is because they did it there too. Basically, call out or be like, hey, you want to go against another driver for this course? Best score wins. And you can wager for bragging rights if you want to put, shootout. There it is. That's the word I was looking for. So they can put their wager on it. Anything. You want to bragging rights? Go run for bragging rights. You want to put $1 down or $5 down? Go for it. So we're going to set up a few of those because that just looked fun. Like everyone there looked like they had an absolute blast doing all that. So it was a $20 shoot. Okay, even still, that's not bad at all. We'll probably save the big money for next week. Is next weekend we are having a bigger cash comp here next week. Instead of just doing one class, we're doing all 3 classes and finals, and we actually have some people traveling. We keep our stuff local, but our local group has quite a bit of people in our area, so we have some drivers coming up. So we're just gonna have it's gonna be a blast. We have some really good people coming up for that one. Oh, I missed one up here a minute ago. Elliot, I've seen a few here with snap the knuckles on F10s. That, whoa, really? I have not, and I have had mine in some nasty binds. I was trying the first few times I took this out. I was trying to break something just to see what would give, and that was a terrible idea because there were not replacement parts available for quite some time. I've had 0 issues. I don't know if I've seen, even on the Vanquish page, I don't know if I've seen many posted with that. The only thing that I see post broken all the time are gears, which I still think that's all an assembly and endpoint setup, or not paying attention. I broke a set of mine, and I knew exactly when I broke it. Was switching while in full throttle in a bind. I broke a gear, but other than that, no, not the knuckle. Dang, knuckle and housing area. Ooh, colder tent. That, yeah, it's significantly colder there. I'm sure that will definitely. I could definitely see that being a thing. Yeah, cold temps and a bad driver. That cold temps and a bad driver. That is a combination for breakage, for sure. But, so yeah, hopefully this weekend I might try to just set up. I might just. I don't think I have a big tripod. I might try to pick up a big tripod and just set a GoPro on it, see if I can get a good spot on the courses. So they said, we'll narrow it down. We're gonna make it. We're still gonna make it difficult and plenty of fun to do, but should be good. And that's just some practice and just fun because we all have to make fun of each other anytime we mess up. Like our cat, I really need to just get of us during the cash comps because we get pretty rowdy and we pick on each other quite gruesome. Definitely. Theron knows we give it to each other. When it comes, you make a mistake, you reverse, or you mess up. That is we are letting everybody know that's what happened. Matt here. Need to get a nice camera for filming. Any suggestions? I film with my phone and a GoPro. GoPros, especially now, I don't even have a new GoPro. This is a GoPro 7 or 8, and it still records exceptionally well. And the new ones like 9s and the 10, that GoPro 10 is ridiculous. Definitely good suggestions. And the GoPro is nice too because with the apps you can record there, transfer straight to your phone and start editing, or your like I transfer mine to my iPad and edit from there. So super convenient in that fashion. Theron, I'm nice. Y'all are mean. Bull crap. You're the devil. I wish there was a comp scene here, but there aren't good enough guys in that aspect of crawling. It's more scale trail stuff in here. Between me and a few others, it's just cheetah rigs. It's still great. I don't know. I do see it a lot. Like, being on the pages or scrolling through other YouTube channels and watching videos and stuff, definitely does seem like, I don't know if it's just one particular part of Europe or just Europe as well in general. It does seem there's far more interest in the scale side of things than comping. Like, it's either scale comp or a straight cheetah rig. There's not in between. There's not a comp scene like you were just saying that, and I do see that just through people, seeing posts and videos on Facebook and going through YouTube. You're, like you said, you're either scale and trail or 85% cut body on a couple frame rails and some tires and just crawling over everything. So that is different. Like, US, I mean, obviously there is a big part in the scale comp crawling. And then, there is also the scale side of it too, and, the cheater part of it. So, I mean, it seems that we have a good aspect across. Now, I don't know if there are areas, or I could even pick out areas which are more of the country, which are more dedicated. I think that's just whichever group you're with, what your local guys are doing. Even if I wasn't comp crawling, I mean, when I first started crawling, it was just, I like the scale part, and I like just going out crawling and trailing. And if I didn't get into comp crawling, I'd still be doing that. I'd be having a blast. I just love everything about the RCs for the most part. Customer say I have a GoPro. Yes, I use that. I do have a GoPro session at times too. Would you do the 50 or stick with too low? If you have F10s, a too low is going to be a tight fit. Your angle on your too low is going to be significant. So you have to see how people are mounting that, see if any of them are angling that, or the VFD. And I would just do a regular VFD, not the twin, because the twin is huge. And it's expensive. I didn't realize how expensive that twin VFD is. That twin VFD is like $175. Alexander, yeah, Norway's the same way. More or less cheater rig or scale. Even less rules in circuit. Yeah. And, honestly, sometimes, that's like our cash comps here. Other than class 1 has its rules, but, class 2 and 3 is kind of a run what you brung type of deal. And those kind of comps are pretty fun. Now, you do, I do like that, run what you brung side, but you do still have to have some form of base rule set, or at least specific rules, like a, true body height. Your body itself, regardless of this, your body must be this tall. You can't stick out too far, stuff like that, so you can still keep stuff in general perspective. And I do like some of the stuff like that. Yeah, just customer C, like I said, the too low itself, how the angle is on the too low. Your motor sets here, it's because the offset on the axle. Your drive shaft angle is going to be kind of pushing it on there. I think that's what I was trying. Yeah, because too low motor sets on that side. There's fine. Yeah, it's your drive shaft angle. Now I know plenty do it and just with offset axles in the too low. I was just never a fan of offset axles in the too low. I liked centered axles with my too low, but that may very well just be me. Yeah, see, right there, too low. Joseph here has it. See, I didn't try hard enough. I messed with a few of them, and I was like, I don't like that, and I immediately changed. So Joseph said his angles are right. So yeah, there. Okay, go for it. That was me. I did not like the offset, and I did not like the offset with the too low myself. Plus, I wanted transfer case points, so I started going everything to transfer cases. Angles are actually perfect. Am I thinking of the wrong transmission? I don't even have a too low anymore to even look at. I think I'm thinking of the wrong transmission then. What transmission wasn't there a transmission that had really weird angles with offset axles? I've got to be thinking of the wrong. Wish you could say, yeah, that would be a thing on there. I've got to be thinking of the wrong transmission then. Maybe it was one of the prototype things I was putting. I don't know. Ooh, I think it was just a 3 gear, and I had it flipped around. And I didn't like it because that was the only way it would actually fit. That may be what I'm thinking of. Elliot, I was using the VFD with my first V3 and F9 straights. With the stock skid, I found the motor was exposed to abuse. I think the VFD skid will work well with the extended. Yes, and that is, I've seen people do it. And yes, that front part that protects that VFD, it's saying here, you're right. It does that plate. Yes, that motor can take a beating or hit just right. I've seen a couple people just wedge it right into a rock. But I mean, no, I think I did on mine when I ran the VFDs. I always angle them back, so I just kick just that up just enough to get just enough clearance there. Alexander, I'm going to try the Deluxe Portal transmission on my rig now. Seen it in action? No, not personally. No, I know I know I did at Nationals. And overall, I mean, it's a solid transmission. It looked good. Everything, especially with portal axles. So, I mean, that'll just great. Yeah, that portal transmission looks really, really good. Like I said, if I was doing just like a raw, like everything cheer build that I wasn't like doing anything with, I would probably definitely try something like that. But with my comp trucks, I mean, T case, I needed the T cases in lots of things. Alexander Tulo has weird angles with the cap axles. Yes, maybe that's what I was thinking of. There was something that had just weird angles. I could just be totally wrong. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Is too low with offset F9 axles and tracks. Oh, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of a different transmission or different axles. I don't even. Like I said, I don't have it too low anymore. Otherwise, I would look. Elwood here. New question jumping in, probably in the middle. Oh, it's all good. What trans should I shoot for? I have a Capra that I plan on turning into a comp crawler with the G-Speed kit. Okay, so Capra axle, G-Speed build. Team Garage Hack makes several mini transmissions. Two-low transmission. The T210 is coming back. If anyone didn't see that, and I'm excited. That is my favorite transmission, but not the best option for, well, with portal gears, it would work okay. It has a lot of reduction. I've explained a little bit of that in some other videos. So that's coming back. But one of their transfer case setups would work pretty good. And it's a very, very common one, especially with the G-Shop package, stuff like that. Too low or transfer case setup is pretty much the go-to for that setup. And too low is awesome. You use that 30% overdrive. It's slim, lightweight, and everything's nice and down low. So that is what I use for my first Capra V3 build, was a too low. Or if you're on a budget, just a good old axial 3-gear does wonders. Also, it's been mentioned a couple times there, the Deluxe transmission is a portal transmission specifically for portal axles. It's a custom build, so that's an option as well too. Have I seen the Pro Crawler Guardian transmission? It's a bit of a too low ripoff, but it's obtainable here without a long shipping. I think I've seen a post. I saw it and then Facebook refreshed and it was gone. There's a lot of Pro Crawler stuff and a lot of transmissions from other. I'd like to pick up for the Gatekeeper. I want to try one of the Ground Fox deals, because I think that looked pretty sweet and looked like it worked really well. Elwood, yeah, no problem. As we help and do what we can. I'm really trying to figure out what transmission that I'm thinking about now, because now I'm frustrated. anyway, back to other stuff. So yeah, RC. I mean, either transmission, whether you use too low or VFD. I mean, either option is gonna be fine. So, if you don't get transfer case, just too low is the easiest to set up and get going. Whether you have the too low skid or you get the Team Garage Jack adapter, and it goes right to a 3-gear, and you're good to go. So at that point, just throw the too low in it. That would be what I would do. Probably then. If you have both of them handy or whatever, then yeah, especially no T-case points needed. Weight saving stuff like that. Too low wins that one. See more or less all the Ground Fox stuff, and it's great quality. They also have a new frame in the making that's one local is testing out. He's very. I've seen him comment a lot of stuff. He's super nice. I mentioned him a couple of times because there were some of the other stuff they were making that I was curious about. So yeah, the Ground Fox and Artful Dodgers, all those guys to be doing really cool stuff. But they said, I mean, it's local. That stuff is local for you guys. First, like if I want to look at something, that's where I'm like, that and the conversion and shipping and waiting. We hit the same dilemma. At times we do. I also saw the negative G transmission the other day, and it looked tiny. Don't think it's available on its own though. I have not seen that one. I know that chassis. Lots of people have been picking those up lately. I think you're right though. I don't think it's available separately. I think that's part of like the TRX4 kit or something. New to the flat rail comp stuff. Nervous about wasting money. I've been watching some of your builds and helped build confidence. Well, thank you. I'm glad they help. I'd say I would save you from wasting money, but I just we build things. I like building. We build lots of things. Now for flat rail and comping, like if you have a good scene, if you have a good local scene or areas not too far that you travel to and do host stuff on a regular basis, I think it's well worth it investing or building a comp specific truck, something that you're going to put your performance into this part versus like something scale and you'll have fun with, and or something that you can just go out and this is going to be my dominating, this is going to be my performance truck. So go with that. Now, if you don't have a huge local area for stuff like that, then that's kind of whatever you feel like. If you just want to build a truck, then that is going to be, you're going for pure performance and capabilities, then yes, this flat rails are also an option there. And I said, you don't have to go flat rail to compete. I mean, even at nationals, some of the top drivers, like there were trucks or flat rail, some lots were running on a stock VS410 chassis with some Toizuki Ford motor mounts, a few other things, and they were killing it. They were doing absolutely great. So again, a lot of that comes to driver. I mean, some guys can just take any truck and drive it exceptionally well. I am not one of those people. So, but yeah, they're a blast and they're fun to build. And honestly, I mean, oh God. I mean, just building rails and stuff like that, just the ground up part of the build, I really enjoy. And then you also assemble it just like kits. Your truck. You put everything together, where everything's at, you can see how things go together. So if you have a problem, you're like, that might be this. So I said, I enjoy the building part of it. At some point, we'll get finished, but I have a few months for it. Too low has to be angled to clear the. That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of. It's the rear drive shaft. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Matthew. Wasn't the front. It's the rear I'm thinking of, and that makes more sense. I think that's what I had problems with. Thank you. So you can disregard all my nonsense from earlier. it was not the front I was confused with. It was the rear that I had problems with. I thought about getting the new V2 ATL and putting it against the V3 and see what's better. I mean, they're really not. I don't. I'm not too much on those because, I mean, you're not going to make two builds that are totally identical. You may be able to put all the things on there, but that doesn't mean each of those complement that chassis the best. And then, I mean, picking lines, I mean, the exact same time, weather conditions, and hitting like the literal exact same spot. Because, I mean, even crawling and trying to show a line, even half an inch or an inch in one direction can change the whole line and stuff like that. So, I mean, a lot. Again, which one's better? I will never say any's better than the other. It's driver makes all of the difference, especially when it comes to different to this. Now, like I said, chassis do have things. Every chassis has something that complements it more so than another chassis. This one, the Team Garage Home chassis. I mean, this was designed and done for Portal Capper axle. This is what it was first truly, really made for. It has a more aggressive sporty lane there. I mean, every chassis has something about it that complements something about the build the best. And then, I mean, I can have best of everything, and then really good drivers can probably take a stock 10-2 and beat me. So, I mean, again, driver is the most important thing. More than anything, more than how you build a build, driving your truck and knowing your build will do 10 times more than changing chassis or changing wheels and changing tires or shocks. Like if you go out and you don't like your truck, going home and stripping it down is not the answer. Driving that truck again is the answer. Tuning that truck is the answer. So, sometimes that will be a will or can be a frustrating part is putting together a truck, going out and it not performing how you think it will. Doesn't necessarily mean anything's broken or something's not working right. It's just one, it is a new truck. You got to learn how to drive it, know how that truck reacts on your terrain, stuff like that. It could just be maybe you have too heavy of a spring in the rear or too heavy of an oil or light of an oil. Something simple like that can change or change your performance or your shock angles, stuff like that. We have some here. Guys here with the element enduros chopped up and slammed. They keep up with the flat rail stuff. The enduros, yes, exactly. Point simple. One, the element is a fantastic performing truck out of the box anyway. Probably still my favorite performing RTR are the elements, or the enduros at least. And the Ecto. Ecto is probably the best out of the box. There's someone local to me that runs a 12.3 wheelbase on VS410. I think at top 5 with 4 mode on some sort. Yeah, exactly. It is plain and simple. The driver changed a lot of that. Matthew Bourne, too low for scalers and Ford motor mount for points. That works right there. Matt gave one a flat gecko in the raffle and threw it in the crowd after one turned down. That's pretty funny. Elliot, I'll be honest, running a new build is one of my favorite parts of the hobby. I agree. Running, tuning a build, yeah. Putting a build together, going out, and like when I put a new build together, like I have my path at our local area. So I have my lines and my obstacles that I like. They may not be the most impossible lines, but they are an overall lines all together are an overall challenge for the truck. I have parts of the line that work with incline, side hill, decline, downhill, approach angles, stuff like that. So I try to put my little path that I initially go through with new builds tries to test a little bit of everything on the truck. So if one area where it doesn't do so good, say the side hill area, okay, I know I need to go home, look at my spring rates, my oil, check my side hill, make sure all my weight's good and stuff like that. So they said, yeah, tuning, I'm with you there. I mean, I love building the truck, taking it out, tuning it, doing all that stuff. So oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, customer see, there's nothing wrong with trying different stuff. Absolutely nothing at all with trying other things. I would never tell anybody not to. Hey, if you want to try it. I mean, that's another great part of the hobby is there are lots of things to try. Because fly rail chassis, there are tons of chassis out there. Great companies, great owners, bunch of great people. Same with electronics, everything else. The hobby's just full of great people that really make the hobby so fun. All the different options. So definitely nothing wrong with that at all. Actually, did you ever get to chopping up some Hyrax and stretching? Personally, no. I'm having them done, and they are ordered there in the work. He's a busy dude. I told him I'm no rush. I knew he had several big comps coming up, that it was going to take him time for traveling and everything else. I was like, just whenever. It's like, I truly don't need them for a while. And Theron's here local, and he has the same tire, so we can swap tires for class 3 when we need to. Elliot, well, I try the class 1 trenchers. I don't know. I'm more mad about that, I think, than excited for sure. Of all possible Proline tire options that they could have done for class 1, trencher should not have been one of them. Shouldn't even been in the discussion, because class 1 is the scale. It is the most scale of the classes. And the trencher is one of the furthest tires from it, period. Especially since we don't have a class 1 crawler or a swamper. Like those two tires should have had class 1 options. Exception, like, should have already been a thing now, but they're not. Crawlers would have been the thing, because the crawlers are a fantastic tire all around in every size that I've had them in class 0, regular, 2. The crawlers are great. They need to be class 1. Now, I mean, the trencher itself, the tire that I've crawled with them. I like the tire. Dry rock, stuff like that, the tire's phenomenal. They are a grippy tire. Just don't let the tire look at mud or anything loose, because it does not like any of that. Or at least local here, it does not like any of our loose areas and just natural areas. They get clogged up pretty easily here. But on dry, they're a very top-notch tire. But for class 1, should not have been a thing. Especially, I'm assuming they're working on updating the tire ban list, because there have been new tires and stuff that came out that are not scale tires, and the trencher is one of them. And now there is a ban list on there because the tires aren't scale appearing. Now, I can put a lot of tires in the crossfire. Trenchers, obviously. Hyrax could be targeted. Now, I had a set of Ironman MT tires. Now, other than the ribs, their tread pattern was the same. Like, it had the knobs and everything almost to a T, other than the actual little ribs. So that was close. The KLR, I get like the Trepidor, I think is the tire I'm thinking of. There's a 1-to-1 tire that shares it very, very closely. The Landmine shares. Landmine would also be one that probably is not scale appearing. But as far as like the hunk, obviously it resembles a swamper. And the tusks also represent a tire too, like very, very close. So I don't think I will. I don't know. We just have too much natural stuff here for me to try the trenchers. The Hyrax have actually been doing a lot better for me this time in the Class 1 than I like them in 4.75. So we'll see how that goes. But the Class 1 tire I want to try next is the Class 1 Tusk. That is the next Class 1 tire I'm getting to try. Need the G-Shot kit and a trans. Thank you, too low. That's the option for the Capra. For the G-Shot, that is the gold. That is the combo right there. Too bad. Yeah, I mean, if I get them, obviously, yes, I will post stuff. I will do a video if I get them. I do the videos on the tires. I do like doing those because it is very nice to see. That's driver mod. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I try. I'm just not quite there. I was thinking about that. So are the Hyraxes too far from scale? Yeah. Like I said, it's just weird because new rules are coming, and I would imagine that tire list is going to get updated. So kind of weird to see a tire that you know is not a scale appearing tire, and you want to put it in the scale class. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the list will change between classes. That wouldn't be too bad necessarily. There it is. Yeah, the pit bull. They do look kind of like a pit bull. That's true. Exactly. The trenchers in class 2 on ground and dirt are great. They don't bind mud like that. See, I have the same. I have the problem here, but like our mud, the trenchers, like a couple turns, that tire is full, and it doesn't clean out as easy. I don't find the trenchers clean out as easy. Even the Hyrax, and it is not my favorite class 2 tire, but the Hyraxes do at least clean out better than the trencher does. The trencher just has. I don't think I have. I don't even have any trenchers here. Nope. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully this weekend, like I said, we're gonna do some of the shootouts, a few of those courses, just to have some fun and some video on that, and we will get a video. We will get a video on the new ESC. I will go back through. I'm going to pull it out and go over full deal, and I'll even pull up the thing for some firmware and editing some things. So, Elliot, yeah, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's about that time for me as well. So yeah, we'll get a video on the ESC up and rolling. Get it going hopefully this weekend. And I said the Basecamp's official release, because you can actually order it now. So hopefully tomorrow it shows up here at the old Hobby Town, and I will pick that up, and then we will also work on that this weekend. So we will, per some suggestions, I will take it out. I will try to find a general line set, go through with it, the truck completely stock, which is something that I really normally do not do with an RTR truck. I do not drive in stock. Maybe every wheels and tires, generally the first, and electronics, but we will drive it completely stock, go through the lines, and see how everything is. Definitely more on the performance side. Obviously, it's not scale, and we're not going scale necessarily. And then we will bring it back, and we will go over my initial mods that I will be doing on it, and a few things that I just recommend in general for 10.3s. So, in the meantime, one last one here, because I was hoping to get a Team 3 event this weekend, but I don't think I can. Oh, yeah, it's always, we have a big local area, so we do have a lot of people. So it is every Sunday we are out in force, and the weather has been on point. Just spray for bugs, and you're good to go. But in the meantime, everyone, again, knew it was kind of a little bit of a last-minute live, but thanks for tuning in and hanging out while we're on here. So until next time, everyone, have a great one, and crawl on.